This is Devin Taylor. We got strength coach, ex-fighter, and still coaching.
Still
right?
coach, yep, still training, and it's all about, being strong and being effective. Just be aware of your surroundings and know how to defend yourself. You don't know what people think. You gotta be ready all the time. Like you say, you don't know who trains and who doesn't.
If I go here and I just let this hang, I let the elbow go under slightly, and I tuck my hip and direct it towards the center line. Absolutely. You can't hold it. It goes here. Okay, today we're talking about getting off the line. We don't want to engage a trained fighter if we don't have to. So the idea of the El Matador is to learn how to get your hips offline, get off the railroad track. So essentially, if I'm standing like right here, you don't want to be inside my legs at all, or inside my hips. If you're inside, I've got all my weapons, I've got all my power, all my athleticism. The idea is to get their arms further out to the side, move to the side of them. Anything where I'm moving off to the outside, I lose degrees of strength as this happens, right?
Yep.
Okay. Number one rule, don't be in this area. Don't be inside their arms and shoulders. If I've got somebody here and we're going to start today just with some basic grappling principles, hand fighting, somebody grabbing onto you. If I'm in here, we're looking at coming around the corner. I'm going to step off the line. This first one, using the Tonsao technique. So I'm coming in, stepping off the line, coming around the corner. I'm following the line of my leg here. As soon as I make attachment to his wrist, I'm coming back into his center line and disrupting his balance right here. So the idea of this is just to get them off balance. Go ahead and try that. He's coming around the corner, disrupting the balance. Very nice. Now you could shoot that power off or you can blend in with it. Depending on what you're trying to do, if he wants a blend, he can go back in and bridge. So let me show you the bridging. He's grabbing. As I'm coming in, I'm coming around the corner. I want to get towards level to one of his feet. If I'm doing that, I'm going to get flat space. If he's got an open foot stance like this, there's two types of flat space. Let me show you from here. Stay in that position. Go ahead. If I step out to this side and I come back in, I'm close to his foot. When I come back with this Tonsao, coming in, the tray turns the corner. As soon as its foot goes, the other foot's in the air. I'm going through the flat space, which is the side of his shoulders, where he's going to be doing a bunch of this. If he's in that same stance and I decide the other side, I'm still going for that other foot. I'm going for the foot as close as I am. The difference here is, as I step here, now I'm into the flat space and putting them on the heels. Those are your two primary flat spaces. If I was to take some sticks or draw a line right here, the point that I'm targeting is where these lines from his feet would come together, would intersect. So if I've got that and I'm looking where that point is and I push him, he's on his heels, which means that he's not using his calves. Without the calves, he's gonna have to regain his calves before he can get back that power. I'm gonna go from flat space. As he steps in, he's uprooting. He's broken the grip right here. If he now goes into his fight stance, bringing up the bridge, he's just going into his fight stance, but he's intercepting and making contact. That's all a bridge is your fight stance, making contact. This, I think, is the missing link to a lot of the MMA fights, because from here, he can either engage with striking, he can strike and trap like he just did, boom, or he could take me into grappling very easily. That's why we call it the bridge, right there. So he's in here, going around, disrupting. Now, if he wants to keep it, once he gets here, you don't want to, especially if you guys aren't grapplers, because see here, I could drop, right? Yeah. What he wants to do is use a little bit of a scoop with his control. I'm going to show you how this becomes a bit of a scoop. See, just enough that my shoulder, my inside shoulder to him, is slightly higher than my opposite shoulder. Once he gets me to that point, he can just drive forward and I'm going to be off balance. See that?
Yep, okay.
So 2 stages right here. First one, go slow motion. He's turning the corner. This is level, the tray comes out. That's the first part. As he steps in, he's stepping towards my shoulder. He's now disrupted my balance. I have to step. He then goes, scoops up under with it, just enough. And usually like by your wristband on your boxing gloves, he can go here. Now if I try to go down, he's got that protection. If you're relaxed right here with your hands too, this is what we call fuksao. If I try to go up, he can stop. He has the downward and the upward locking position. We'll show you how this later on becomes what we call up and overs. Very nice. Once again, first line, boom. Now he raises with the wrist, my shoulders above. He can now start driving and punching and keeping me off balance. Boom, boom. Very nice. The next one that he's doing is he's got this, he's going through, he's got my shoulder line, he's driving my shoulder, go into your bridge. He's got me tilted, this shoulders high. As soon as he feels those ankles come down, he's on this side, he's gonna use a swing step. He's gonna step his opposite foot through, turn to face the same way as me, and pull me through. As soon as he's doing, he's got a nice scoop, and he goes back in to driving me forward. Good, and he can go for locks or anything. But let me show you how this one goes.
That's a good one here, this is a good one.
So I'm going this side, and he steps back in as I'm trying to get out of the railroad track. He lines back up. I could try switching and going, but he may be athletic enough to line back up. If that doesn't work, instantly these pair off really nicely. If the tansai doesn't work, I trap anyway. I don't have to go with a grapple, but I'm just gonna demonstrate. I'm gonna step out, I'm gonna swing a big arc. As I do this, my wrist is gonna stay with this foot. So as I go, it's swinging, I'm bringing it around, scoop, and now I've got him back. Now I see him anchor here, he's ready to fight. That's when I bridge, and I've got to back off balance. So it's a continuum of keeping them off balance.
Off balance, off balance.
Okay, so this is a game that we're playing. And it's helping you, it's not a fighting thing, it's a disengagement thing. As I'm going here, he goes. If I step and square off with him, he swings to one side or the other. Doesn't matter which way he goes. Usually, that's it, swing, bring me around, and then back through. You come here, I anchor, go for the crossover again.
Good.
So step under, go, boom, and he's back into punching here. And it's just that. As soon as I anchor, boom, he swing steps. Good. Now this can be done in a striking or a grappling way. If he's got his hands up here, I can literally throw something out, come in, get this angle. As soon as he anchors, I swing, boom, looking for that. Then I bridge back in. I just keep him off balance.
Off balance, not knowing where you at.
Most people don't know this is key to fight somebody bigger and faster than you. If you're gonna train your kids, if you're 50 plus, I don't care if you had black belts, if you're now 55 like me, your joints aren't working the same, you can't take these hits, you can't go as long, even if you're conditioned, you might get away with it, but there's a lot of training out there now. He's in, boom, he's got this, he drives me, bang, let's go to striking. He's driving, I'm striking. He sees me load, he swing steps out of the way. Don't even worry about the hand, just swing step, good, and then step in with that punch. Now, if you're doing one of my favorite things, and we haven't gotten to this, but the double swing step and the double bump, which we'll get into, essentially this one right here, as he goes out, this is what we call a bump in boxing. Good. So he's coming in right there, very nice. Now if he just goes from that and immediately grabs hold and now swing steps either way, he could start a step here and pull me around, pull me wide. So right here, so go, do that step again. But as you go, keep my hand over your foot until it gets to your hip. So it goes here, stir it through, uproot.
Oh, and then push back.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see that?
Okay, yep.
Okay. So if he goes for the boom, he comes in. He can grab onto anything, swing step, bring me around, spin it through, start to go. And I'm on my heel, boom.
So it'll be a good lock from there. Or separate.
All your locks, okay. I have one of my favorite things called slingshot.
Okay.
When we're here, if I can just immediately go to the swing step. If I'm gonna just go to the swing step, I'm grabbing, I'm bringing it around. I'm gonna bring this hand around the same arc as a foot. I bring it back up and I drive. I can put him out to here, boom. I can push him out. My favorite, slingshot.
Yeah.
But from there, you know, if I'm coming here and I go with a swing and I go here, there's all kinds of stuff that we can get into. You know, I can do a come alongs, I can pass it under, drive him back, you know, anything like this that you want.
Ooh, yeah.
Right? So, boom, here, good. Now go into the swing, bring me around, stir it, good. Drive me back and just go. Here, bang, swing. Swing, Boom. Now he's got the wrist lock. If he decides to push this into my ear, that turns me away, which is great for a long striking kick.
I like that one.
If he brings it over and down, that drives me right in, which is great for knees or leg sweeps. If he goes here and he flips the hand over, he now has arm wraps and shoulder dislocations he can do right here. Very nice. Good. And we'll get into all of that as we go. But we want to get you the basics first.